Welcome learners. In today's video, we will learn about how to write a literature review. I will also show you different examples of literature review. I will also tell you how you can write literature review in different styles. I will show some research papers as well. I will show the literature review parts to you as well, so you can get idea that how literature review is written. I will also share the literature review examples, content of literature review, how a good literature review is written, the good literature review samples and examples, and much more. So, in short, this video is going to be very useful if you want to learn about literature review. So, a small request for you, please watch this video till end because this video is going to be very useful for you. Trust me. So let's start this informative video. Welcome to Muard Academy, the place where people come to learn. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it and press on bell icon to get notification of my latest videos. So I'm about to show you first example of literature review. This is a literature review, as you can see. In literature review, first heading comes of your literature review and second heading comes up of your journal literature review. Okay. In literature review, first you have to mention literature review journally. As you can see, it's written already journally. Then there is a heading, but they have forgotten, or due to some reason they have not mentioned a heading here. So you have to mention a heading here of journal. Okay. Then write journal literature review. Then come to your main variable, main domain, which is, for example, in this study it is green HRM. Okay. Write your literature review. Then write your second variable, which is independent. Okay. Then your mediatic role variable, and then your hypothesis statements will come. Okay. I will tell you in detail, don't worry. Okay. Then there is your search model at the end, which you have to write and tell. In your search model, the environment performance, the variable on the right side is your dependent variable, and variable on the left side is your independent variable. Okay, which is green HRM. It's your dependent variable, and environment performance is your dependent variable. And the variable in the middle, as you can see, eco-friendly behavior is the mediator variable. Okay, mediator comes at the top and moderator comes at the bottom. Okay, this is a theoretical framework I will show to you. As you can see, the theory is mentioned over here. So I was telling you about literature review. Let me explain in detail for you, so it will be clear actually what's going on over here. So as I told you, this is introduction. Literature review. This is a general literature review. We have to discuss your variables, the topic in general way as much as possible. Then comes your main variable. You have to define your variable first. Okay. Write at least 2 to 3 definitions of your variables. Okay. Then write literature review of some developing countries, first write literature review of developed countries, then write literature review from developing countries, and then write literature review from undeveloped countries. Okay, you have to read those articles which have been conducted on developed countries, undeveloped countries, or on developing countries. Then take literature from there and start writing it in your own words. Don't change the meaning of that sentence or a paragraph. Okay, you have to keep in one thing in your mind. Rephrase in a way or in a manner that the original sentence meaning does not changes with it. Okay, so you can see the literature review here. Then there is your second variable, its definition. Okay, also give in-text citations, very important. Then comes your hypothesis statement. Then mention like this: the following hypothesis has been proposed. Your hypothesis statement are generated from your literature review, as you can see in front of you. Then your moderating role of your variable, which is employee eco-friendly behavior. You have to write literature review related to this variable where it is used as a mediator. Okay, then there is your second hypothesis statement. So you will be seeing one thing, the paragraph between this hypothesis statement. What are they? In this paragraph they are explaining these hypothesis statements. Okay, the literature reviews they are taken from the article which are explaining their relationship. Just take example of this: green human resource has a significant influence of employee eco-friendly behavior. So this paragraph you will be saying that they will be explaining these two variables. That in simple words they are discussing here those articles which have used these two variables. Okay, as you can see, there is eco-friendly behavior, then there is employee environment friendly behavior, and so on. Same goes for this paragraph. They have discussed these two variables over here. Or you can say the related literature review to these two variables is written in these paragraphs. Or you can also say that These paragraphs are explaining the relationship of these variables with the help of literature review. So next paragraph next literature review which we have is it's from here. You can also start your literature review from your independent variable as it's shown in this study. Define first priority definitions, okay, then explain your main variable. You can also start your literature review like this. Then comes your independent variables, then comes your theoretical framework, write the heading of theoretical framework, then write hypothesis development, then explain some literature review, include some literature review related to your hypothesis development, then develop your hypothesis statements according to it, then write more literature review of your hypothesis statements. As you can say, there are so many variables in the study, so they have discussed their literature review and developed their hypothesis statement. Then comes your research model. First you have to define the theories, the theoretical of your model like this, then you have to draw your variable. Okay, this is your dependent variable as you can see, then your independent variables, and customer satisfaction is, I think, is your mediator. Yes, it's a mediator. Okay, your moderator comes down below over here. This is your literature review example. I will show you another good example of literature review. Here you can see that this literature review started with a theory. Yes, you can also start your variables with a theoretical review. Start with the theory as well. As you can see, I have shown you three. That's a third article I am showing you. The first article which I showed you, it started from its journal literature review. In second article, which I showed you, in that literature review was started from dependent variable. And third example of literature review I am showing you, they have started their literature review with the theories. As you can see, they are source-based theory, unrealistic theory, contingency theory. So you can find any theory and use if it is related to your variables, or they are explaining the relationship of your variable, or they are suitable to your research model. Next heading comes your literature review related to your variables. As you can see, independent variables all are included. Then your impediment review is also added as well. So it's also part of literature review. Then comes your conceptual framework. As you can see, these all are independent variables and they are dependent variables. One more thing, you can have more than one dependent variable and you can have multiple independent variable as well. You can also, okay, this is up to you, up to your study and your model. So I will show you another example to make it show you clear. There is a literature review that starting from a main variable. You can also start your literature review like this. Okay, as you can see, they have discussed their variables. Then comes a dependent variable, which is organizational performance. First comes the definition, and then the literature part is coming. As you can see, little articles, citations are given. Then there is a literature review of both variables, independent variables. In this literature, they're explaining the relationship, how they are positive, negative, significant, or insignificant. Okay, you have to write these type of relationships over here with the help of proper citations. Okay, without citation, in-text citations, and without in-text citations, your literature review will not be accepted, will not be considered literature review. Okay, it's very important to mention citation. Then comes your hypothesis statement. You can see how they are written. Simple is that. So now I will show you another example of literature review. So this literature review started from the main variables. You can also start like this. There's a definition, then there's relationships, and so on. Then there's another variables. As you can see, the independent variables, Then you can see a theoretical framework and hypothesis development. You can start your theory here as well. In this article, again, this theory has been used, resource-based theory, which I showed in previous article. There was also this theory as well there. So they have also used resource-based theory here as well. On the previous article, they were starting from the theoretical framework, from the theory-based, where it was mentioned first, the research-based theory, and here it's mentioned at the end. So then there is a relationship between independent variables. So related literature has been included here. You should also write your literature like this. Give a heading of independent variable, then write literature which is explaining their relationship. As you can see in front of you screen, how they are explaining the relationship. Then comes your hypothesis statement. Then there is second independent variable, the literature review, and then the hypothesis statement. Then there is your third independent variable and its literature review related to it. Okay, related review, then hypothesis statement. Then comes your moderating variable. Sorry, I was telling you it's a dependent variable. Sorry. it's a mediating variable, okay. Then its literature is written, and then comes your hypothesis statement and model. Next we have is another literature review. In this literature review they are given a different heading of theoretical base, and they are explaining the variables one by one. As you can see, the literature review, their definitions, work result is also their variable, don't be confused. Then comes the heading of such hypothesis, then they are explaining the hypothesis with the help of literature review. As you can see, latest or old reviews mentioned, then they have developed their hypothesis statements. Then there is second variable, its hypothesis statements, its literature review, okay. As you can see, there is the third one, third hypothesis statement, literature review. There is a fourth variable, okay. Now I will show you another example to make it more clear. This is the second last example of this video. So as you can see, they have started the literature review with the main variables. First they are defining their variables, okay. As you can see, then they are discussing the variables and then they are discussing the literature review related to their variables. As you can see in front of your screen, good literature review is written, well explained, everything is well explained. Then there is a dependent variable, employee performance, its definitions and what variables are discussed, and literature review related to it has been discussed here, okay. Then there is literature review, then comes another variable, job satisfaction, as you can see. Then comes their hypothesis statement 1, 2, 3, as there are 4. Then comes their model. The independent is HR practices, mediator is the job satisfaction, and dependent variable is the employee performance. So the last example of today's video is in front of you. They have started with the dependent variable, which is organizational performance. First they are defining what is actually the organizational performance is, then they are writing a literature review, then they are explaining in this new manner as well. You can also explain your literature review like this, by giving heading of your independent variable and explaining the literature review related to it. Then there is another variable which they are explaining in the definition of literature review. Then there is a relationship between EHRM and organizational performance, okay. Then there is a literature according to it, okay. Then it comes to their present scenario, okay. Then there is such hypothesis and conceptual framework, as you can see. Then there is a hypothesis statement. So this is a simple way you can write your literature review. So as learners, I tried my level best to tell you about, to show you different examples, different ways of writing a literature review. I hope after watching this video you have learned how you can write literature review, what the literature review looks like, what's the sample of literature review, what's the format of literature review, what are the contents of literature review. So if you learned from this video, then do like it. If you haven't learned anything from this video, then do dislike it. There is no issue. If you want video any topic, do comment down below. I will try my level best to make video on it, and please don't forget to share this video with other learners and students. So thanks for watching.